Welcome to Two Poor Artists, where we're poor at being Arizona State University Sun Devils, but mostly we're poor at making art. I'm Isaac.
And my name is Benj. And today, being Sunday, means you guys who go to ASU are going to go back to school tomorrow.
That's true. Arizona State University's spring break ends, and we have decided, yet again, for the third time, to bless your beautiful Tempe campus with our art.
Right. I don't know if bless is correct, but if they haven't went through and rigorously cleaned up all the art we hung up, you guys can be returning to your campus to witness just beautiful, and by that I mean horrible art.
I don't know how many of you have realized, or if we how well we've communicated in the past. But we have a lovely annual tradition at Two Poor Artists where we go down to my alma mater, Arizona State University, and we hang up our art pieces all over campus.
Right.
We hang them in the MU, we hang them in the halls, we hang them in the library if they'll let us in this time.
Yeah, it's been closed every other time.
Yeah, and we've tried in the past was my point.
Yeah, we hung them right outside the library.
Yeah, it's true. But we most importantly, we've gone down to the Arizona State University Art Building. Now, if you've never been to the Arizona University Art Building, to the student gallery there, it is something to behold. And I don't mean that in a good way.
Right.
I mean, it is a concoction and a collection of the weirdest, most obscene student art this side of the Mississippi.
Yeah, it makes an artist sad because it's like this modern art.
It is.
Which is basically just nothing.
Yeah. You want to see an accordion in a box that's been lit on fire, and then the ashes have been dumped in the gallery? Well, you can see it.
That's there. Or I mean, maybe not this time, but it was. You want to see a video of a guy dressed as a cow walking around ASU?
Yeah.
Because that was there
as art. Yeah. So
I don't know what about it was art.
Yeah. I used to walk by this building every day on my way to and from classes, and every once in a while I'd poke my head in, and I was just always I could never prepare enough for what I was going to see.
And even if you see a sculpture or something that normally you would be like, oh, that's pretty impressive because they made a sculpture, but it's it looks like if we made a sculpture,
but it's
and
not
just put it in there.
The problem is none of it's real art, you know? It's modern art or things that I wouldn't even no one would call art, I don't think. No. But so we go in there and we hang up our art in the student gallery.
Right.
And I think I can get away with it being a former student there.
No, I mean, yeah, I don't think so. But at least we're not breaking any laws.
Yeah, we don't. We've looked up the vandalism laws, and you can hang your art just about anywhere as long as you're not damaging anything.
Right. I mean, they can ask us to leave, and we would leave.
We would comply. But we hang up our art in the student gallery. We also go, and this one's a little more hush-hush, we go to the official Arizona State University Museum of Art,
right,
where there's and I don't know how hard you can hear this, but real artists, can you hear the air quotes there? Real famous artists hang their arts in this gallery, and it makes the student gallery look good.
Yeah,
it's
pretty bad. Yeah. I mean, some of it's almost interesting because it's history and it's not even art. Like one time we went and it was luchadors.
Yes, but no
one. And it was just that's just a picture of a luchador.
The problem is no one wants to see the luchadors' underpants on display, and that's what there was.
It's true, but
it was just a hall of luchador
it's better than the fake
underwear.
Art. It's just history.
Yes.
They just told us the history of the luchadors and showed us their underwear for some reason.
It is always disturbing. Now, I will admit, our art doesn't belong in such a place.
No.
So we always hang our art in the third-story bathroom.
Yes.
In the stall.
Right.
Where our art belongs.
Because when you go and look at that art and you're like, oh, this is making me sick, you can go into the bathroom and see our art.
Exactly, right.
Where it belongs.
And as we've said many times on this channel, hanging our art in or above or near toilets is a good place, because if it falls off the wall into the toilet, you're really not you're not really that upset. Bless you, by the way.
Right.
But so that's what we've done. If you are in or around the Arizona University area, and they haven't already cleansed the campus of all the art we've hung up,
Right.
Because I imagine there's like some
like the day
snobby,
after.
there's like some snobby art professor there who's like, "What is this? This is not art. I know art, and it uses color." And we're like, "But that's not real art." And then they're like, "Janitor, tear it down the art." And they like get the
Go.
bulldozers and
Scour every inch.
yeah, they send a team of art students to just cleanse the campus. And
Right.
some of those art students, as they're tearing our art off the walls, are inspired. That's one of the ultimate goals, So that's why we do it. That's why we go down to ASU. We hang up our art. You can take it right off the wall and take it home with you. Honestly,
Yeah.
If you're a student, like we're okay with that. Tell your friends. Click like, subscribe, click the bell. But not really. I mean, don't do any of that stuff. Not for us.
Yeah.
Go
Go find a good YouTube channel and do those things.
Exactly right. The point is, our art exists. It is at ASU. It is on the walls. And we're gonna show you today, just a little sampling of what is hanging in that gallery.
When you say a little sampling, aren't we just like gonna draw what we're gonna put up?
It's true. By the time you listen to this video, we've already been to ASU and we've already hung up things at ASU, but we haven't actually drawn it until right now.
This video is us drawing it, but we're releasing the video.
See, I got all confused on the
after
time
it's
scale. I
hot,
think there's a part in the last 5 or 6 minutes where I like pretended we hadn't hung it up yet, and I was like, when we were down there at the library, but no, we weren't actually down there at the library yet. We're hoping to go into the library this year, since we're authors now, and
Right. Yeah, we should have made another copy of our book to put
I
in.
don't have the strength, man. The strength. Bookbinding.
Yeah.
Despair.
No,
Maybe I'll do that late night.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll be
I think
inspired to
I think
bind
it
a
takes
copy of our book.
longer.
Well, we have to print it. And
And would we even want that book, or would we want to like do a how to draw book?
I am feeling.
This is a school.
I am feeling the urge to write another book, despite the fact that our first book hasn't been officially published yet.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's Amazon's fault,
Yeah.
y'all. We've tried.
Yeah,
They're prejudiced against poor art.
we'll try harder again, but maybe we'll also publish a second book at the same time.
I also, Amazon, I didn't mean that. We really appreciate all the opportunity you give us to become published. Just please make it easier to upload our file.
Yeah, just because we want to make our book a different size.
I know it. I know
that every book has ever been made.
And I know that everyone, I know it in my heart of hearts that everyone at Amazon who's just like gone in and is like reviewing the pages of art we submitted for our book, they're like, I can't press the approve button on this book, but it's okay. Be brave. Be brave. Speaking of being brave, we're going to be brave today.
Are we?
Well, I mean, we're going to make art, poor art. I think it takes a level of bravery. I feel brave.
I don't.
No,
I don't think what we do can
it's
be
brave.
considered brave.
Okay, well, like I feel foolish. Is that better?
Yeah, foolish. That's not the same as brave.
It's not.
In fact, it's quite the opposite.
But it still works in my scenario with the people at Amazon. Amazon people, be foolish. Press approve.
Yes. Right, yes.
Yeah, there we go. I should have said that to begin with. But here we are, ready to draw. So here's the deal.
Yes.
What is your title? We don't do this very often on the channel. We're doing 2 separate titles.
Because last time I drew the things that we hung up. I drew ASU. The title was ASU.
We could share that drawing here in a little. Well, actually, we'll wait till the end of your drawing of ASU.
No.
Oh no,
ASU.
sorry. That's true.
I'm going to draw Sun Devil.
Yes.
Because that's what you drew last year.
So yeah.
So we're swapping titles.
My point is, at the end of your drawing, at the end of my drawing, we'll share what we drew last time and hung up around ASU. And then we'll share this time what we're hanging up.
So am I going to draw my drawing and then show what your drawing was?
So you draw Sun Devil.
And then we'll show your...
And then at the end of your drawing, we'll show mine from last year. And then I'll draw ASU. And then we can show your horrifying drawing of ASU from last year.
Right.
Yeah, look forward to that.
Yeah,
Vengeance is truly concerning.
It's great. It's one of my favorite drawings, I think.
I think it is interesting that you think that.
Okay.
All right, so Sun Devil.
Yes.
Sun Devil or Sun Devils?
I thought it was just devil.
Devil, Sun Devil. See, we're doing this to appeal to the college people, you know? We're like,
Is that why we're doing it?
I mean, I don't know. Probably not. We don't appeal to anybody. We're doing it because we're going to ASU, and they are the Sun Devils, their mascot.
Yeah.
Like, we're not trying to appeal to people, I guess. That's true. We don't know how to do that. I hate to break it to you, but they are not, their mascot is not the ants.
Well, but you knew what I was drawing.
See, that's a good, rare start.
I just think it's weird now that I'm like thinking about ants and what they look like for the first time in a while. So like all their legs are in the middle part, but then they have a bigger part behind them with no legs on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's up with that? That's probably not even true. I probably should have looked at a picture of an ant before I like decided to draw them.
I mean, the ants come in various flavors.
Yeah, but they're all the same in the regards that I was just talking about.
I was using flavors metaphorically, by the way, meaning that there's like many different kinds of ants.
No, don't
They
believe
probably
him.
taste.
He eats ants.
I don't eat ants. I don't know where that rumor started, but it's not true. I don't eat ants. I'm not an anteater. You know, that's not me.
Mm-hmm. Sure you aren't. Sure you aren't.
I don't use my double spoon to get two different flavors of ants in one bite. It's never happened. Never will.
We all believe you, Isaac.
Well, you know what they say about people.
No.
Well, they say that every person has eaten something like 10,000 ants in their life. Seriously. You know, because like...
Look, I want you to look up the actual number. There's no way it's
10,000. It is
10,000.
10,000 because... And let me just explain the science behind this and where the number comes from. Because you know how people are always telling you, mostly dentists and your parents, that you should brush your teeth before you go to bed?
Mm-hmm.
It's because of ants. You've all seen the cartoons where the ants, you know, like go to a picnic and they carry off everything from the picnic. There's like thousands of ants there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember those cartoons, Tom and Jerry and all that?
Yeah.
It's good stuff. But, you know, if you go to bed, and this is for all the children and adults and teens listening, if you go to bed and you haven't brushed your teeth and you have like a little bit of, you know, like, you know, chicken or asparagus or, you know, something wedged between your teeth, as you do, and you go to bed and like, if just one ant is, you know, in the vicinity of your bed, which you know there always is because ants are everywhere, it's going to like come up and it's going to, you know, crawl onto your face while you sleep because you sleep with your mouth open like everyone. And it's going to be like, what's that between those teeth? Is that a tiny bit of asparagus I smell? And it's going to come in and it's going to, you know, pinch it and pull it out of your teeth gap. And it's going to bring you back to the colony. And the whole colony, while you're asleep, is going to march into your mouth and, you know, remove the rest of it. But then they're gonna run out of food once they clean your teeth, you know? These are probably teeth cleaner ants. You've heard of those. They're like woodcutter ants, but they clean teeth. But you know, eventually they're gonna keep looking, you know? They're gonna keep looking. They're like, there's got to be more in here somewhere. And eventually, you know, a good portion of them pile into the mouth, and then your alarm goes off, and you wake up and you do the whole, you know, and you ever get that funny, gross, you know, morning mouth feeling when you wake up?
Nope.
Yeah, like where do you think morning breath comes from, man? It comes from ants. It comes from the ants that were in your mouth when you woke up. And like, there's probably ants on your bed and stuff. You don't realize that though, because you're waking up in the morning. And you know, it's not 10,000 at once, but it's, you know, a few hundred here, a couple dozen there. This happens often when you don't brush your teeth. So the average is about 10,000 ants that you eat in your lifetime. You don't do it intentionally though. You just do it while you sleep.
I believe everything that you just said is quite baloney.
But like, you've heard the statistics at least about.
No.
Well, now you all learned something today about ants.
I've heard.
You know where morning breath comes from? You know why you got that gross feeling? Like, you ever brush your teeth right before you go to bed? And then you wake up in the morning and you're like, why is my mouth so gross again? I just brushed, like the last thing I did last night was brush my teeth. It's because of ants.
I mean, I've definitely heard, like, I mean, I would believe that you eat some. 10,000 is a pretty big
Well,
number.
it's like they say you eat like 40 spiders in your lifetime, and you're like,
Yeah,
that can't possibly be right.
40 is a lot less than
But
10,000.
like spiders are way less common, you know. Like it's easy to see like 1,000 ants. You're not gonna see 1,000 spiders in a day unless you live in like Australia. They're probably more common than ants. I'll say this: in Australia, you probably eat way more spiders and snakes while you're sleeping than you do ants. What is happening here? Why does that ant have a floral crown? Looks like she's just gotten back from the Renaissance Festival. I get that something's being burned, and I think there's two left hands here. Ah, this is good. It's the Sun Devil. Why does that ant look weird? Is it on fire?
What? No, it's like it's wearing fancy stuff.
Fancy stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
it's
a
got,
fancy pants ant.
yeah, it's a fancy pants ant. Like, so maybe not like the queen, but like
I know,
more in
but
charge than the others.
Yeah, you've heard of fancy pants ants.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Yeah. They're the ones that first see that stuff in your teeth and then go get the other ants.
Exactly right. See? See? You played it up like I was just making all that up. You've heard the tales.
Where they then completely bypass your mouth and just
Yeah.
crawl down your throat. All
It's not
thousands
10,000
of
at
them.
once, man.
Right. No.
It also
I
explains,
understand,
like,
but
you want
like,
there's more science I could throw. Like, why do you think people eat 40 spiders a year? Because they're coming after the ants. You know, right?
so one spider.
Where
so
do
this
you-
happens 40 times. So how many ants?
Oh, at least 10,000.
Well, no, yeah. So 10,000 divided by 4.
They come after every 200.
It's like
200
2,500 ants. So that's how
no,
many
it's
each
40.
time.
It's like every 250 ants.
Oh, 250 ants. So you got like 250 ants going into your mouth,
Well,
and then an ant, and then a spider
I mean,
goes
spider,
after
it depends
them.
on how hungry the spider is,
And then
man.
that's why they all run down the throat because they're running away from the spider.
The spiders and ants are used to dark holes in the ground. They don't know any different. They're trying to get away, and you just eat them. You don't even know. Like no study has ever been done that they like watched the ants and spiders. It's just mathematical probability that you're doing this.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Where do you think canker sores come from? It's from the ants that are in there getting the stuff out of your teeth and accidentally bite your gums, and you wake up and you got a cut in your mouth. You're like, how in the world did that even happen?
Oh.
You know?
Well, I feel sorry for people to get those then.
Yeah, right? They got rough ants living in their neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Probably fancy pants ants.
Yeah, that's what they got. See, I was originally going to draw this more as like a kid. Yeah, I did draw
kid
two
with-
left hands. And I was going to give him like one of those propeller hats.
Mm-hmm.
But then I realized I'm like, I drew the ants this size.
Yep. Nope.
Like the kid can't.
Kid's either real small or the ants are either real. Like
Already it's a small kid because he's like.
these ants are still pretty big.
Yeah. And it's a real small kid.
Yeah. Why does the kid have a sleeve on one arm and not on the other?
He's a kid.
Oh,
Playing.
no.
Why does he have two left hands? That's the real question.
I was hoping you were going to be like, it's two different kids, but no, you doubled down on that. It's just a weird kid with two left arms and one sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess you can't really roll by a park in my neighborhood without seeing a kid with two left arms and one sleeve, but
Yep.
definitely has a propeller hat,
Maybe I should
as
just
all
like
kids do.
just like draw him like peeking down here.
You could also
That's
draw
good.
something on the left, like someone with their mouth open, or an anthill.
Well, I'm gonna try to draw a person's
Oh,
head.
I'm
peeking
sure
down.
I'm sure this won't ruin everything.
I'm sure it will.
Feel like you hang this up at ASU, people will be like, "Oh, that's clever and not at all creepy." Like this people might like
I
this.
forgot that this is gonna be hung up.
This is going to be hung at ASU in the art gallery. Is this the level you're? Oh gosh, it looks like Phineas from Phineas and Ferb. Like, okay, are these his arms? Because
He's like,
I challenge anyone to take a picture of any kid where you can see this angle. He's reaching like up over his head
Yeah.
with his creepy long arms, 2 left arms, and 1 sleeve.
Yeah, maybe there's 3 kids. That's a possibility.
I think it helps to believe that. Like, this must be more than 1. No, it must be more than 2, actually. Like, please let it be more than 2.
And maybe this arm and this head could go together pretty easily.
Which arm? Which that?
The
head?
left, the actual left
Yeah, okay.
hand, and like he's just like holding himself up.
Uh-huh.
And then some other kid, so like he's watching the ants, and then some other kid comes by and just starts burning the ants.
And he's like reaching to save the fancy pantsy.
Yeah.
Man, that makes that kid way more noble than the weird mutant that I was picturing him as that just burns ants.
Yeah. Well,
There's like story to this now and drama. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna let this kid burn the ants?
or is he gonna save them? It's a good question.
Uh-huh.
That's an anthill, not a
I was
volcano.
gonna say, why'd you draw a volcano?
And it just has like
Uh-huh.
ants pouring out of it.
Oh yeah, no. This is why you gotta really pick where your house is. You know, you don't want to like imagine living where they got those African. What are those terrible? Oh, I guess
The
those
bullet
are
ants?
bullet ants. Yeah, you don't want to wake up with a mouthful of bullet ants.
No.
I say this in all honesty. Those are the best ants in the drawing.
Even a little snowman,
A little-
upside down snowman
Little
coming up.
spoons coming out of the. Yeah. We are not good at art. I'm afraid that's just the fact. The rules are the rules, and the facts are the facts. When we make art, it's just poor. It's
Mhm.
poor. Your burnt up ant is pretty good. Assuming that was an ant at some point.
Yeah, presumably it was.
Just like shriveled up into a circle.
And then the ants come.
Is there like religious belief amongst ants about the Sun Devil?
I mean, they must have some amount.
Religion?
Because why would they be calling it a Sun Devil?
I mean, who do they worship? The queen? Is she their god? Because this is getting mildly sacrilegious now. We need to tell the ants about Jesus.
I don't know if Jesus came to save the ant. Well, he did. I mean, he did in a sense by saving humans.
Yes. Yeah, because if you're
All of creation
yeah,
was
exactly.
redeemed.
If you're but here's the thing. Do Christians not kill ants? Because I kill ants.
No, I don't.
Not like
I
for
don't
fun.
Think, I don't
but
think
like,
that matters. But the ants were redeemed
oh, like
by Jesus, but they don't have to believe.
no,
They don't have a spirit.
They don't have spirits. And this has been theology with the two poor artists. Ant theology with the
Yes.
two poor artists. Tell your friends.
Yeah,
Tell your
all of
pastors.
creation was redeemed, but not all of creation needs to believe in Jesus.
Some of it just needs to be burnt up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As it will
Mm-hmm.
in the end of time.
And as it is being now
by the Sun Devil.
by the Sun Devils. See, that's where it gets mildly blasphemous. Is Satan the Sun Devil? I mean, ASU certainly thinks he is. Anyone who lives in Arizona to a degree is like, Satan's got to be in control of the sun for a few months of the year.
No, I live in Arizona.
Yeah, you like the sun,
Yeah.
which makes me
Because
question.
it's a gift from God.
Makes me question your immortal soul.
No.
Yeah, when we go outside, like when we were on our road trip, man, it was like 129 degrees outside.
Not that at all.
It was like 120 something out.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, it was hotter than it ought to be in Earth.
It was like low hundreds.
Oh my gosh, it was not. We got in the car. I wanted to pass it. I have pictures of the thing from our road trip hitting like 130.
Yeah, but that's because that's a car.
It's not
thermometer.
low hundreds by any means. The point is,
Outside, it was low hundreds.
you like the heat too much. That's really where this is all going. Are your
You
ants?
can't like the heat too much.
That's just not true. Are your ants floating?
No, there's ground. You just can't tell.
Everything.
Because where would I draw the
I
ground?
don't know. I feel like it needs a horizon line.
But where would it be?
Yeah. See, this is the
I
thing.
drew something in the background.
I'm sorry. This is like my middle school art teacher coming through. It's hard when you're a real poor artist to shake the false training you received as a child.
Yeah, because
You know?
if I drew a horizon line, like if I were to
No, just ignore
color it,
my art blasphemy. It's not. I'm sorry, man. I'm having flashbacks to my scary middle school art teacher. Actually, she was really nice. She just had hairy arms, and I remember that. Really hairy arms. Anyway.
what's wrong with having hairy arms? You have hairy arms.
Yeah, but I'm not a woman. I'm not, and I'm talking like Robin Williams arms. If you know what I mean by
I
that.
don't know what you mean by
You should
that.
look up a picture of Robin Williams arms sometime.
I'm not going to.
Remember our friend? You know our friend Ethan? It's like that.
Does Ethan have extra amount of hair on his arms?
He's not a smooth looking arm man. Look up Robin Williams arms.
I'm
I
not.
think.
I'm gonna look up how many ants people eat.
Gosh. I'm telling you the facts, man. The facts are the facts. All right. ASU. That's my title. ASU. What does ASU stand for? Because here's the deal. There's lots of funny, mildly rude acronyms I could come up with for ASU, but do I want that?
Probably.
Do I want that for the people? Like, we're going to hang this at ASU.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to flatter them
right?
or insult them?
Uh-huh. Because you could do, like, average student university, you know? Like, that would be ASU. That'd be a good one. Average student. What's an average student? Like, they're all getting C's, you know? You could do, like, the, like, avoid studying university, you know? Everyone's doing everything in their power to avoid study. See, there's too many good ideas.
Apparently, the average person consumes 2 pounds of insects and insect parts per year.
Per year? How much does 10,000?
It's mostly like in process, like factory made food.
I have explained where at least a portion of that comes from. It comes from the whole circle of life that's happening in your mouth. You know, you eat the chicken, the ants eat the chicken out of your teeth, and the spiders eat the ants out of your mouth, and you eat all of them at some point, you know?
Right.
Depending on when you set your alarm for.
I'm gonna look up the average weight of an ant.
I think a doubter is about to become a believer. You know? All right, there's so many different ASUs.
So
oh my gosh, we're still doing this?
well, I'm just saying, if all of those pounds were just ants, then you would be eating like a million ants a year.
No, it's 10,000 in a lifetime.
No, I'm just saying, if that weight of
So what you're
insect
saying is 10,000 ants isn't even it's just a fraction
So
of
like
the amount we're actually eating. So my number might have been low.
yeah,
My number was probably it might even be
so
low.
like if you just assume that a decent percentage of the amount of insects that a person eats is ants as opposed to other insects, 10,000 is low.
Yeah, see?
Like
Like-
you're probably not eating them live.
That's
Like I
the
said,
thing.
it's mostly because of like
It's-
factory food.
When you tell someone for the first time, you know, you probably eat 10,000 ants in your life while you're sleeping, they're like, no way.
yeah, because it's
No
like
way.
most of this comes from like, you know, you eat food that was made in a factory where they just like pulled up a bunch of crops, threw it in the factory machine,
Round it all up
and
into
they
a
didn't
granola
care
bar.
if
Yeah.
there was bugs or whatever on it.
Uh-huh.
It's extra protein.
Yeah.
It's washed. It's not like they're gonna kill you.
I mean, it depends on the critter, but, you know, you grind up a big bag of Black Widows, I think it might do something to you.
Yeah, maybe, but there's not a bunch of black widows around crops usually.
You don't know that.
It's usually things like ants and grasshoppers and whatnot.
Could be.
So yeah, yeah, 10,000. That number's looking low.
You doubted, man. We didn't even get into all the spiders and scorpions and centipedes you'd be eating while you're sleeping. There's a whole there's a whole slew of, most of the animal kingdom, and by animal kingdom, insect kingdom, is in your mouth at some point while you're asleep.
See, the issue I have is while you're asleep, like you're trying to claim that we eat 10,000 ants like whole while we're asleep. I'm saying we eat more than that, sure, but it's like just in your food, because they just were at the factory when the food was being made. I do not believe that we eat 10,000 ants in our sleep.
You're wrong, but that's okay. We're going to move on to my drawing now. People can debate this among the comment section, the scientists and the fact givers versus the unbelievers such as yourself. But I'm going to go with ASU,
Well, I mean, you have to. You have to do that.
Yeah, I have to go with it. Arizona State University.
So is that what you're going to draw as Arizona State University?
Yeah, that's been done. That's been done, man.
Well, by who?
I mean, by the people at ASU.
Oh, okay.
They've drawn. There's lots of T-shirt drawings and probably a mural or two.
But not a single poor art.
No. I mean, you drew it last year, ASU.
Well, but I didn't draw Arizona State University. That's what I was saying.
No, you didn't. But I can't. I'm not going to. I'm going to try to inspire them to rename. Rename Arizona State University. How, I don't get it. That's so boring, isn't it? It's just boring with a capital B. Boring. Because Arizona, yeah, we get it. You're in the state. It's a university. Come on, man. It doesn't tell me anything about your place other than where it is.
Right.
And we already knew that because we're here at it. They should start naming universities more about what happens there.
But I mean, when you hear ASU, you don't it's helpful if you're choosing a college and you're like, oh, I hear ASU is one of the top schools, and then you're like, where is it? Oh, it's probably in Arizona because it's called Arizona State University.
But no one cares about that kind of thing.
And then if you live outside of Arizona, you're probably but it's so hot there, so I'll go somewhere else.
So it scares you away. My idea for ASU, and what I think they should really rebrand as is it's going to attract so many people. It's going to become one of the top universities in the nation.
I think we just need to tell more people that it's a dry heat.
I mean, that's true.
Because they need to understand it. Because everyone...
It does make a difference.
Everyone makes fun of us here in Arizona because they're like, oh, it's so hot there. And then we tell them it's a dry heat. And then they start laughing at us and pointing and dancing around in circles.
I know, I hate that part.
And it's it makes such a big difference. I've never been more uncomfortable than when I've been to Texas or when I've been to Missouri. Because the humidity is so much worse.
I don't think anybody really understands it, too, unless you live in Arizona,
Yeah. Because it's it can be 110 here, and that is way more comfortable than 90 degrees in Texas.
It's true.
It's the same thing. In England, they talk about their heat, issues, and when they're talking about having heat, it's 75 degrees, 80 degrees, or whatever. But the thing is, it's humid there.
Oh, yeah. No, it's terrible.
And they don't have air conditioning. So their 75, 80 is worse than our 90 degrees. It's probably not as bad as our 110 because, it's just not that hot. 75,
probably,
80.
But it's still pretty darn bad.
They have reason to complain. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they do. All right. I did not mean to draw this college student looking...
What, that's a college student?
Looking like he's...
Where's his hair? Why is he?
He has quite
so
the
balding.
receding hairline. He really.
Man, I feel bad for this guy. He's
Where's the
almost
eye?
as bad as you.
Where's the eye go? Here? Yep, it does. Okay. Yeah, it's real rough, his receding hairline. I'm not sure what to make of it, honestly.
Like, this guy is 50 years old.
Yeah, I know. But like, here's the thing. I went to ASU, and I'll be completely honest with you. Half, like maybe not half. That's too much. I don't exaggerate numbers. A portion of my class was always like 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds.
Yeah,
You know,
the people
people
returning to
people who'd
college.
given up on 3 careers and they're like, I'm trying again.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have enough debt. And, you know, you're like, are you sure you should be here? They were always crazy and like hadn't really escaped the 70s in my experience too. They're all just like the hippies that finally snapped out of whatever, you know, substance they were taking in the 70s.
But I just realized the only thing they enjoyed in life was going to college.
Yeah, right. Like
college parties.
Kind of relive the glory days kind of thing.
Which was very different from my experience at FCC. There was a lot of old people there, but they were like actually there to get, you know, a degree.
Yeah, that doesn't happen at ASU. Ooh, this guy's legs are going to be interesting.
Like, they were some of the best students. That hand is also a left hand.
This is your guy from the last dog, all grown up. Obviously.
The way that arm.
Look, he has like a string coming
The
up.
way that arm is like barely attached to the body, and it's the left arm.
Yeah. It was not pretty.
Like this guy might be. My kid got grown up. You rotate that arm, it's right where it was.
I think he has a Healy on, man. You don't know what Heelys are. They're the coolest shoes ever.
Yeah. At least this guy thought so.
Yeah, he used to wear them in college, and he's back for more.
Is this a chair that he's sitting on?
Allegedly. Yeah, chair, school, asleep in the chair. You get the idea. Like, it's not the worst thing I've ever drawn, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not the worst thing.
Thank you. Okay, that's all we're going.
He doesn't have a saggy butt.
Realized this guy doesn't have curly hair. I just realized it all of a sudden after I drew him with curly hair. Doesn't have it. I'm not entirely sure what this is.
I don't understand this guy.
What's wrong? What don't you understand? I'll try to explain.
I don't know where I don't understand. Like, why his head's not connected to his body. His arm's not connected to his body.
And there's a problem in here somewhere.
And it's his left hand.
Sure is.
His eye is so far. Like, his eye is like where his ear should be.
I'm yet to hear a problem. So whenever you get around to it, just let me know. Okay. Can you tell he's asleep?
Yep.
Maybe he needs some
I
drool.
mean, you told me he was asleep. That's enough.
Drool.
Oh, why is it like a strain?
Oh shoot. The desk has to be there too. Dang it. Okay. We can do this.
So he didn't fall asleep on the desk. He's right.
Well, I mean, originally I did, but he was asleep on the desk. But there's so many issues with that now.
Oh, just got through his nose and
Yeah, don't make me laugh. Although, okay, it's like one of those like it's got legs. Oh, you know what? Maybe the leg is right here.
oh.
As we've always said, legs cover a multitude of sins. Not hair.
No, his hair is not covering anything.
Barely covering his head. There, now he's drooling. Maybe you'll get that. I don't know. If you watch this video, you'll get it. He's drooling. And Anyway,
Mm-hmm. So like this is supposed to make people want to come to ASU. Like this is showing off what they're good at.
yeah, no, this is going to encourage most high school students to attend.
Okay.
Um, question now is, how many more people do I draw?
Is it like the school? They have so much school that you're not even going to get to sleep at home because you're going to be in classes all the time.
No, it's not going to be like that.
Oh.
It's like, I don't know when I reveal the title.
We're going to work you so hard that you're going to be here till you're 50
It's
and
not. No.
you can't stay awake.
Yeah, like how long has this guy been asleep, right? Like he's been, he's just been asleep for a while.
Yeah, his hair's receded.
Drawing people asleep is tricky. Like I can't quite figure out how I want this next person to look.
You're going to draw another person asleep?
That was
You
my
could draw
goal.
them leaning back.
Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to draw them covered up. Because that covers. You draw them with covers, man. You just got to draw like a head.
Yep. Because the head is notoriously the easiest part to draw.
I didn't say that. I just said other things. Man. Oh man, this is where the drawing goes wrong. I can just feel it.
You're drawing him real far away from this person.
Yeah, it's because there's. That's a face.
What?
Sorry.
What part? What's happening here?
Wait. It'll either get better or it won't. She's beautiful. She needs some eyelashes. That's a problem. Man, what is wrong with her eyes? So creepy.
I don't think you're helping.
I'll give her a hat. That's what I'll do. And then her hair's like. She looks
What?
so dead. Like so, like
So what is this like dead person doing on the ground?
Oh, maybe a sleep mask. Maybe I can fix it with a sleep mask.
How? How are you gonna draw a sleep mask on this person?
I don't know.
You mean just like covering the eyes?
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
Okay.
That's what I mean, man. Just anything to get the eyes from.
Yeah, I mean that could probably help. So, but also, why
No,
is
there's
she
a lot.
wearing? Like, is she like Russian?
She's just wearing a hat.
Well, I know, but it's like
I don't know.
that's definitely some sort of European hat. Oh, you said you were gonna put covers.
Well, I mean, not the whole body doesn't.
I thought the whole point was that the whole body was gonna be.
Why is she so?
Oh, what is that hand?
Why is she?
I don't even. Which finger is the thumb?
Why is she so zombie-ish? Like,
This is going up on ASU.
oh yeah, I forgot. This is where the covers fix everything. There's just a blankie.
I don't know if this is gonna fix anything. You only covered up the easiest part of a person to draw. You drew the hand and the head.
Hey, you're right. Okay, this is where the sleep mask is.
And you know what you messed up on?
The head and the hand. Is that right? I think it's right. All right. Sleep masks. Sleep mask.
And that hat. Like, what kind of hat is it? It looks more like a pillow. Just like sitting on top of her head.
Oh, fixed.
I don't know.
It went from zombie to the coolest kid in school.
Now it's just very clear she's like European. She's coming in with her big sunglasses
That's
and her
fine,
like
man.
weird European
That's
hat.
fine. Like, I am okay with
She
that.
just like walks in and falls asleep on the floor. Like, how long have they been trapped at this school?
She needs a pillow.
So the floor is supposedly farther down than the page.
Maybe it's a body pillow. Then there's two of them. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Fixed.
Wow,
Fixed.
I guess she's like on a mattress.
I guess. Yeah. Man, this is I'm putting a lot of work into this.
What's the point of this drawing?
What do
Like
you mean?
I'm not seeing.
You're trying to figure out what ASU stands for.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Like I'm guessing the S is for sleep, right? You've drawn two people asleep.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And,
Probably.
I mean the AS could be like asleep, but I doubt that.
No. We'll get there. We will. Let me finish the drawing first though. We gotta. Maybe I won't draw a third person. It's just there's a lot of people already in this drawing. Two.
Two people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had potentially three people in my drawing.
Maybe I'll potentially, allegedly, three people.
One of them could have been the same.
I think I'm gonna draw a third person. Oh, I already messed this person up. It's not even a joke.
You drew a line and a dot. What was
Fixed.
What fixed? How's this fixed?
Well, you know.
What are we looking at?
It's best not to ask those kind of questions.
Are those ears? It's what direction is the person facing?
That's right.
Is one of those a nose?
Ooh, the neck is real gross though.
That's a neck. The curved line.
Cover it up a little bit. Give him a nice collar.
What is happening here?
You got a tie.
Mm-hmm. I got that.
It's hard to not draw.
None of the letters in A, S, or U can like you can't say zombie. You know,
I know,
like,
right? Like
I guess undead maybe.
I was just thinking how hard it is to draw people asleep without making them look either dead or like zombies. Like there's a fine line there that I'm not artistically capable of.
But this guy's standing.
Yeah, I know. The arms are also apparently right by his sides.
Mm-hmm.
How long are arms?
They go past the belt.
Well, only three.
Which finger is supposed to be the thumb?
That one, I think.
That's a left hand.
Well, come on, man. It's not like you did any better.
But I didn't do worse.
That's true. Yeah, the pen really doesn't like being at the bottom of this.
No, it does not. Oh, two different shoes.
Well, when you're at this university,
Like real different.
when you're at ASU, it doesn't matter. Giving people zippers is always confusing to me. whatever. Um, how do you do this next part?
I don't know.
He's like asleep, obviously. There it is.
Is he leaning on something?
Maybe he's just got his head to the side. I don't know what that is now, though.
Why did this end before the floor? Like now, it just looks like that's like the whiteboard or something.
Yeah, I'm cool. Oh man, but that made it worse.
What? What is this? Why is the whiteboard on a stand? And why is it strong enough to hold him up?
I don't really know the answer to that question. It would have been better if it was just if I didn't have this.
Yeah, if you just like, oh, he's against the wall, and the whiteboard's on the wall, that would have been better. So is this like a school that teaches sleeping?
It's always. I think that's what I was thinking. Always sleeping university.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling you, this is going to attract all the high schoolers. You know, because you ever talk to a high schooler, you're like, "What do you do?" And they're like, "Well, I sleep." And you're like, "Yeah, I get that. I get that, man. Come to our university. Always sleeping university.
Right.
You go to class, you sleep. You're in your dorm, you sleep. You're in a library. I mean, everyone sleeps in every library. You sleep. You know.
Right.
Tell me that wouldn't appeal to everyone. I mean, sure, they got weird whiteboards that are on posts apparently, but
Right.
I think I can fix that.
Like,
somehow.
is this an accredited university?
I want to try to fix this somehow, but I don't know how to fix it. More lines. That always fixes things, right? No one's gonna really understand what that is. You know, classrooms always have posters on the wall.
Yeah, I want to know if this place is accredited, though.
By what? National Nap
No,
Conglomerate?
like, is it an accredited college? You get your degree here, does it, does the credits transfer over?
Yeah. I'm gonna say yeah, because why not?
Okay. Yeah, because then I like the place. Because like otherwise, why are you signing up? You can just take a nap at home. But this way, you can like tell your parents I'm going to, ASU, the accredited college.
Yeah, right.
What's the point of posters if like does anyone read them? Like, do the people even wake up to go to class, or do they just like sleepwalk to class?
There's a lot of sleepwalking, but they might wake up and go find somewhere else to nap. Like it's not,
So the always is.
Yeah, it's
maybe
relative.
Not quite literal.
What's like a classic poster you have in a classroom?
Like that one that's like you'll miss 100%, or you'll.
Oh, that's it. That's
like,
that's what I was looking for. That kind of.
Yeah, that you miss 100% of the goals you don't shoot or whatever. Yeah,
You always miss.
That's exactly the kind of posters you see in schools. Yeah, like the things where it's like, yeah, that's technically true, but also like it's not the best lesson.
Yeah, right.
Because it's like sometimes you shouldn't take the shot. Like,
I know, right?
Like you shouldn't take every shot just because you can. Like you're just bad at sports if you're doing that.
This whole thing over here is just so sad to me.
Yeah,
I don't know how to fix it.
You just give the whole room striped wallpaper.
That would make it so much worse, though.
Just make the whole wall black. Color it all in.
Need another poster or so though.
Why does it need another poster?
I don't know. It just felt empty.
know.
Let's see. Be like an acronym for sleep. That's long though. What was like dare? Dare was always like, don't do drugs.
I don't know what dare was.
Dare, you know.
It was definitely something drug
You
related.
mean like what dare stood for?
Yeah.
It was like
Drugs are
for chumps.
really
It was drug abuse resistance education. It was much less catchy
Oh.
than I thought.
lame.
Huh.
I think it should have been like drugs are really embarrassing.
Yeah,
Like,
because like
no
to a
one-
high school kid, what's worse?
Yeah, like no one's gonna do drugs if it's like, oh, don't do drugs. They're really embarrassing.
Yeah, right. Seriously, you and I could change.
Yeah, if you walk away from this video knowing nothing else, just remember drugs are embarrassing. Anytime, I mean, think about it yourself. Have you ever seen a guy doing drugs and you're not like, oh man, that's embarrassing?
All right, now to figure out what sleep stands
Oh,
for.
you decided to go for that.
Uh-huh.
I bet the first one is sleep or sleepy.
You'd think it's gonna be snuggly.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Snuggly lump.
What? Why is this here?
Enjoying snuggly lump.
Enjoying every pamper, every fluff.
Man, I think peace is gonna be the last one.
Enjoying
What kind of peace?
eternal.
Oh, there it is. Eternal. That's definitely a better acronym for dead, but
Well, I mean, if you're always asleep, aren't you eternally at
it
peace?
might also be dead. Like,
Yeah, you might be.
mm-hmm.
You might be.
There we go.
I think I liked my
I think I might have liked yours more. Yours is creepy in a different way. What did I say? Always asleep university?
no, always sleeping university.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Always sleeping university.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's what you drew.
That is what I
I
do.
see it. Your strange European girl, your 50-year-old man, and the teacher that is just the youngest one in the room.
Yeah, he is. He really is. I didn't really leave a room for my name and age.
Because, I mean, we didn't talk about it, but that European lady is like also 50, maybe 40 or something. Like, she's not a young European lady.
Maybe it's just because of the people I went to school with, but I feel like that's on par. Like, they all felt older than me.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I mean, you went to ASU when you were like the youngest age people normally go.
I mean, that's true. I was pretty young when I went to ASU.
My experience at MCC was usually either way younger than me or way older than me, because a lot of high school students go to MCC for, like 2 years or whatever. So
Yeah.
there was like 15-year-olds going to MCC, and there's like 60-year-olds going to MCC.
True.
There's like not that many college age students going to MCC.
I feel like this needs something else in the drawing. Like an air vent or something. You know?
No. Why would it need something else?
It feels, the background's so empty.
That's fine.
Maybe it needs like a line, like a horizon line.
There, where you just showed it?
Well, I mean, where would you put it? Here?
Like, lower.
Here.
No, what? Why would it be there?
Here. Here. Oh! Well, I got a little something on there.
Because, like, if you drew...
Nope, I'm just going to end before it gets worse.
Because the line would be, like, where the wall meets the floor.
Yeah.
So if you do it, like, way up high, it would be like, why are...
Always sleeping university. This is what's hanging up at ASU tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It's what all students are going to stumble in upon.
I mean, it's already hanging up there right now.
Yes, it is.
But you don't go back until tomorrow.
It is true. All right. Well, that's it. We did it. We drew. We're going. We're hanging things up on the walls, in the bathrooms, in the galleries, on the bulletin boards, in the library, with the candlestick.
Good luck and collect them all.
Yeah, collect them all. Seriously, you were going down to ASU after spring break, just pop in, search. It's like the best and worst scavenger hunt you've ever been on. You know, because that's what people are looking for when they get back from spring break. Nobody has a lot of homework right after spring break.
Right.
Unless you got really jerky professors or something. Just go on a nice scavenger hunt for poor art.
Yes.
You know, and you know, give us a shout out in the comments when you find us. Let us know you found something good.
Yep. Good luck and good hunting.
Wait, we almost forgot. We promised to show them our art from the last time we went to ASU. So why don't you do your best to explain this to the people?
Yes. The alpaca sniffing university.
Yeah, your ASU is much more disturbing than my ASU.
Yeah, I think this doesn't really need any real explanation.
But here's the thing, man. Like, mine attracts people to ASU. They can just sleep. Who's this attracting?
Look at that guy.
Yeah, that guy
Is
on the
that
left.
guy not attracting everyone?
Why does your alpaca have an eye patch?
I think he's wearing sunglasses, like he's cool.
Ah,
He's a college alpaca.
so cool. All right. Well, that was Benja's take on ASU from last time we went down there. And here's my take on Sun Devils. That's right.
Why is he wearing two eye patches?
He's wearing sunglasses, obviously. Sunglasses with horns. Horn-rimmed sunglasses. Which would make him a really uncool librarian, but a very cool sun.
Right.
And he's stabbing Arizona.
Yeah, probably specifically ASU.
Definitely true. Definitely true. It explains a lot, honestly. My favorite part about this is his little devilish mustache. It's very fitting for such a sun devil.
Yep, these are the drawings we promised you.
Yep. I hope they didn't disappoint as much as. Oh, who are we kidding?
Yeah,
That alpaca one, this sun one, no chance.
Which ones? Tell us in the comments. We don't too often ask you
Who had the better?
Which of these? Like, there's now four drawings.
Who had the better ASU and who had the better Sun Devils?
Yeah,
That's what we're asking. Let us know in the comments.
yeah. We don't often ask you guys to like choose between us, but sometimes we want to know who's the better artist, or at least who had the better pun or
Which
idea
one
or
speaks
whatever.
more to your heart?
Yes.
See you next time.
Bye.
As always, we're surprised you made it this far into our video.
There's no way we could possibly ask you to subscribe to this atrocity, so we won't.
We would say share it with your friends, but it's probably better for wasting your enemies' time.
We're probably not going to get any better, but we will keep drawing.
See you next time.